Have you ever opened your fridge and then ordered pizza instead?
I'm already nervous. Balance, not perfection.
How to eat healthy in real life, not in a perfect Instagram world. Limit processed food.
I limit my sugar intake.
Another key expression, whole foods, the Mediterranean diet.
A very important ingredient, extra virgin olive oil.
Grilled salmon with roasted vegetables and a small portion of brown rice, all drizzled with extra virgin olive oil and lemon. Fiber helps digestion.
Protein helps build and repair tissues in the body. We do not support extreme decisions here.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica and I'm here with Tom. Have you ever opened your fridge, stared at it for 5 full minutes, and then closed it and ordered pizza instead?
Oh, absolutely. That moment when you look at a cucumber and think, this is not emotionally supportive enough for me right now.
Exactly. And today we are talking about something that sounds simple but feels complicated. How to eat healthy in real life. Not in a perfect Instagram world, but in your actual kitchen on a Tuesday night when you are tired.
Welcome back to Story Orbit N, everyone. This is the place where we learn English through real conversations. And today we are mixing vocabulary, life advice, and probably a few confessions about our eating habits.
Yes, Tom will confess everything.
I'm already nervous.
So let's start with the big question. What does eat healthy even mean to you?
To me, eating healthy means balance, not perfection. I think that word balance is important. It means having different things in the right proportions. So not only vegetables, not only protein, but a combination that makes sense for your body.
I like that word, proportions. For our listeners, proportions means the relative amounts of something. For example, if your plate is 80% fries and 20% salad, the proportions are a bit suspicious.
Very suspicious.
When people say eat healthy, they often imagine strict diets. But real life is messy. You have work, stress, family, social events. So how do you keep it realistic?
I think the key word is consistent. Consistent means doing something regularly over time, not once, not for 1 week, but again and again.
If you eat vegetables most days, that is consistent. If you eat salad once a month and then 3 burgers, that is not consistent.
Not just during the 3 days when you feel motivated after watching a documentary and suddenly believe you are a completely new person.
That's such a good point. Many learners confuse consistent with constant. Constant means something that never changes. Consistent means steady and regular. So your diet does not have to be constant, but it should be consistent.
Exactly. I do not eat perfectly every day, but most days I try to prioritize whole foods.
Another key expression, whole foods. What are those?
Whole foods are foods that are close to their natural state. So fruits, vegetables, beans, lentils, whole grains like brown rice, oats, quinoa, also nuts and seeds. Basically, food that your grandmother would recognize.
I love that definition. If your grandmother looks at it and says, "What is that chemical formula?" Maybe it is processed food.
Yes. Processed food is food that has been changed a lot from its original form, often with added sugar, salt, fat, or artificial ingredients. For example, an apple is a whole food. Apple candy with bright blue color is very processed.
And another example could be instant noodles in a cup. They are very convenient, but they usually contain added salt and flavor enhancers, so they are quite processed compared to simple cooked noodles with vegetables.
Exactly. And we can also think about packaged breakfast cereals with lots of added sugar and artificial colors. Oats are a whole food, but when they are covered in sugar and shaped into colorful rings, they become much more processed.
So when we say limit processed food, we don't mean you can never eat it. Limit means reduce, not eliminate completely.
Exactly. And this is important for English learners. Limit is a verb. You can say, I limit my sugar intake. Intake means how much you consume. It is often used with food, calories, or even information.
I love that word, intake. It sounds very scientific.
It does. But you can use it casually too. For example, I need to limit my coffee intake because I am too anxious.
That is me. Now, one diet that people often mention is the Mediterranean diet. Have you heard about it?
Yes, and I actually think it is one of the most realistic approaches. The Mediterranean diet is based on traditional eating habits from countries around the Mediterranean Sea, such as Spain, Greece, and Italy.
And what does it include?
A lot of vegetables, fruits, Whole grains. Legumes, which are beans, lentils, and chickpeas. Fish. Some dairy like yogurt and cheese. And a very important ingredient, extra virgin olive oil.
For example, a simple Mediterranean-style lunch could be grilled salmon with roasted vegetables and a small portion of brown rice, all drizzled with extra virgin olive oil and lemon, or a big salad with tomatoes, cucumbers, olives, chickpeas, and feta cheese with olive oil and vinegar as dressing.
That already sounds delicious, and it does not sound extreme or restrictive at all.
Extra virgin olive oil sounds very dramatic.
It does, but it simply means olive oil that is less processed and made from the first pressing of olives. It keeps more nutrients and antioxidants.
Antioxidants is a great word. These are substances that help protect your cells from damage. You don't need to understand the chemistry, but it is a positive word when talking about health.
Exactly. And in the Mediterranean diet, olive oil is the main fat. People use it for cooking, for salads, for everything.
So instead of frying your vegetables in heavy cream, you sauté them in olive oil.
Nice word, sauté. That means cooking quickly in a small amount of oil over medium to high heat.
I feel very professional right now.
We are basically chefs.
Let's talk about perfection. A lot of people think healthy eating means zero sugar, zero carbs, zero fun.
And that mindset can be dangerous. Mindset means your way of thinking. If your mindset is all or nothing, you might give up easily. For example, if you eat one cookie and think, well, I ruined everything, I might as well eat the whole box.
I have been there.
Same. But instead, you can think, I enjoyed one cookie. That is fine. I will go back to balanced meals tomorrow.
So the phrase all or nothing means either complete success or total failure. There is no middle ground, and real life is not like that.
Exactly. Healthy eating is about habits. And habit is something you do regularly, often without thinking. Brushing your teeth is a habit. Drinking water can become a habit too.
Let's talk about sugar. Why do we love it so much?
Because it tastes good and it gives us quick energy. But too much sugar can cause energy crashes. A crash, in this context, means a sudden drop.
You feel energetic and then suddenly tired and irritable.
That moment when you are full of life at 3 p.m. and by 4 p.m., you are questioning all your life decisions.
Yes, so if you eat a big piece of cake and then feel sleepy and angry an hour later, that might be a sugar crash. So what can people do instead of cutting sugar completely?
They can reduce added sugar. Added sugar means sugar that is put into food during processing. Natural sugar in fruit is different because fruit also has fiber.
Fiber is another key word. It helps digestion and keeps you full longer.
Exactly. So if you eat an apple, you get sugar plus fiber. If you drink apple soda, you mostly get sugar.
Now let's be honest. Sometimes we are just too busy to cook. What can we do in real life?
Meal prep can help. Meal prep is short for meal preparation. It means cooking in advance.
For example, on Sunday, you cook rice, roast vegetables, grill chicken, and then you have ready meals for a few days.
And future, you will be very grateful because future you is tired and does not want to negotiate with a delivery app.
Roast vegetables. Nice. Roast means cook in the oven with dry heat, like potatoes, carrots, zucchini.
Yes. And when healthy food is ready, you are less likely to order fast food.
So, you reduce the chance of making an unhealthy choice.
You could prepare a big pot of lentil soup with carrots, onions, and spinach, and keep it in the fridge, or bake sweet potatoes, and use them during the week with eggs for breakfast, or with beans and avocado for dinner.
I like that because it feels practical. It is not some complicated recipe with 20 ingredients.
Exactly. Another tip is to build your plate in a balanced way. Half vegetables, a quarter protein, a quarter whole grains. That is a simple structure.
It is not a complicated math equation. You do not need a calculator to build your dinner.
Protein is found in foods like fish, chicken, eggs, beans, tofu.
It helps build and repair tissues in the body.
And whole grains are grains that contain all parts of the grain. For example, brown rice instead of white rice, whole wheat bread instead of white bread.
For example, half your plate could be steamed broccoli and roasted peppers, a quarter could be grilled chicken or tofu, and the last quarter could be quinoa or whole wheat pasta.
So instead of just pasta with sauce, you turn it into a more balanced meal.
Perfect. Some people think healthy food is boring.
That is a myth. Healthy food can be delicious if you use spices, herbs, garlic, lemon, olive oil.
Herbs are plants used for flavor, like basil, parsley, oregano. Spices are usually dried seeds or powders like cumin, paprika, turmeric.
Very good explanation. See, we are teaching without being boring.
That is the goal of Story Orbit N.
For example, you can saute zucchini with garlic and paprika, add a squeeze of lemon, and suddenly it tastes completely different. Or roast chickpeas with olive oil and cumin until they are crispy.
Crispy roasted chickpeas are actually better than some snacks.
Let's ask our listeners something. When you think about healthy food, what is the first dish that comes to your mind? Is it something colorful or something bland?
Good question. One more thing about the Mediterranean diet. It is not only about food, it is also about lifestyle.
Yes, eating slowly, enjoying meals with family, being physically active.
Physically active does not mean running marathons. It can mean walking, dancing, gardening.
Exactly. And when you eat slowly, you give your body time to feel full. That can prevent overeating.
Overeating means eating more than your body needs.
Yes. Another useful word is moderation. Moderation means not too much, not too little. For example, chocolate in moderation.
I like that phrase. Chocolate in moderation sounds healthy already.
Let's talk about salt. Many processed foods are high in salt.
Yes. High in means containing a large amount of something. For example, chips are high in salt. Candy is high in sugar. Too much salt can increase blood pressure, so cooking at home gives you more control.
Control is a powerful word. When you cook, you control ingredients, portions, and quality.
Portions means the amount of food served at one time, and restaurants often serve large portions, very large.
Now I want to challenge you, Jessica. What is your biggest difficulty when trying to eat healthy?
Probably emotional eating. That means eating because of feelings, not hunger. If I am stressed or bored, I want snacks.
That is very common. And snacks are small amounts of food eaten between meals.
Yes. So one strategy is to ask myself, am I really hungry? Or just tired? Or stressed?
That is called self-awareness. Being conscious of your own feelings and behavior.
You sound like a psychologist now.
Maybe I missed my calling.
So to make it practical, if someone wants to start eating healthier tomorrow, what is one simple step?
Add 1 extra serving of vegetables per day. Serving means a standard portion. It could be 1 cup of salad or a small bowl of cooked vegetables.
That feels doable. Doable means possible and realistic.
Yes, and maybe replace sugary drinks with water or herbal tea.
Or instead of eating cookies every afternoon, you could try Greek yogurt with berries and a few nuts. It still feels like a treat, but it gives you protein and fiber.
Exactly. Small changes can have a big impact over time.
So let's wrap this up before we all go to the kitchen and stare at our fridges again.
Yes, please make good choices, people.
Today, we talked about balance, not perfection. We learned the difference between consistent and constant. We explored whole foods, processed food, intake, moderation, portions, fiber, and even self-awareness.
We also discovered that the Mediterranean diet is not just about olive oil and pretending to be on vacation in Spain or Italy. It is about vegetables, legumes, fish, whole grains, and simple, real food.
And maybe the most important idea is this. Healthy eating in real life is not about being perfect. It is about building habits, small, consistent habits that make you feel better over time.
So if today you choose water instead of soda, or you add some broccoli to your pasta instead of eating only pasta, that counts. That is progress.
And if you eat pizza sometimes, that is also fine.
So now it is your turn. Write a sentence in the comments using one of the words we learned today. For example, I need more balance in my diet, or I want to limit my sugar intake.
Or tell us, what is one small healthy habit you want to start this week? Something realistic. Not, I will never eat chocolate again.
Please do not say that. We do not support extreme decisions here.
Thank you for listening to Story Orbit N. We hope you learned some new vocabulary and maybe also got inspired to cook something colorful tonight.
Keep learning, keep improving your English, and keep orbiting with us. See you in the next episode.